everybody, it's Chloe. All right, so for my oracles for the fall / dark time of the year, this was so hard. Okay, as I've mentioned before, Lucy Cavendish's decks, especially those she did with Jasmine Beckett Griffith, any of those would be good for fall, darker, kind of shadowy time periods or in between time periods, definitely. But I decided just to pull what I feel are my 2 top favorites. Actually, I noticed I have 3 here. So 3 top favorites for what I feel is fall. I could easily pop in my Shadow Oracle of the Shapeshifters. I tend to use that all the time. In between my Druid Animal Oracle, my Oracle of the Shapeshifters is my other one that I've been using more lately. I tend to use my Druid Animal Oracle when I'm doing gigs and when I am reading for the public because it appeals to both males and females. It appeals to young and old, and I have never done a bad reading with it. So I don't read it as much for myself anymore, although I will go through every once in a while and do a few readings just to keep it touch base, make sure I've got my connection with that deck. I love it. It is my go-to deck. Don't get me wrong. But lately, my Oracle of the Shapeshifters has been kind of my go-to deck. That, and this is one of my things, I showed you Dreams of Gaia Tarot, and now I would like to bring back up. I'm still using it. In August, I said I was feeling pulled towards this deck, and I still am. And that would be the Messenger Oracle, who is the same artist and creator of the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. And honestly, can you blame me? The deep, rich tones, not on every card, but many of the cards have this darker, starry background. It just appeals to the pagan heart, and that's what this oracle was made for. These I consider the kind of shamanic cards, the ones with the trees and the symbolism mixed in. And beings kind of coming through, the dryads coming through. This tree's like a portal way with a animal spirit, a cat spirit. Come on, zoom in. I'll put this up so it will stop focusing on me and more focus on the cards. Come on, get in there. I'm gonna jam it up and then hopefully, there we go. All right, so no more focusing on me. All right, so Messenger Oracle, still a fave. From the spirit animals and their dark starry backgrounds to the dragons, and all these shamanic cards have a touch of that in-between time of light and dark, which I really think represents well the fall or so in these animal spirits and such. Yeah, this is definitely one of my fall darker time of the year decks. All right. Moving on. Love Fullen's work. All right. Okay. So moving from that, I would say the Oracle of the Dragon Fae I still am probably going to use a lot, but it wasn't like my top picks for right now. Another one I want to bring up, since we're talking Oracle of the Dragon Fae, I was really torn. I am going to see how this goes, but I cannot deny the Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle. It's brown, kind of reminds me of like a leatherback book, and this cool tones. This is a Selena Finch and Lucy Cavendish creation. Actually, Lucy Cavendish, Selena Finch creation. And, yeah, it's got that in between going. So for even if you were just doing like fall equinox or spring equinox, but fall for right now. Yeah, I definitely feel some pull here. Gorgeous artwork. My favorite card, the card that always comes up for me. Dark Time of the Moon. There's just a really awesome blend of shadow and light in Lucy Cavendish's works. that I feel is a bit more heavy in the Jasmine Becker Griffith, but it's definitely here in the Selena Finch deck as well. All right, so this would be one of my fall picks, especially for September. I don't know how I'm going to be feeling in October, but at least for now I'm still feeling pulled to this deck. Okay. And I like to pull that deck for younger audiences. There's not too much I have to worry about in there that's too sensual or shows too much body things that I need to be careful of in public readings. So my next, okay, this is really going into true fall, darker time of the year feel, okay? The first two were kind of like beginning fall, that September, maybe early August feel, and I don't know, we'll have to see how I'm feeling midway through August. But okay, so the Shadow and Light Oracle, yeah, this is a definite fall favorite. Matter of fact, I have a really hard time, except for if I'm doing a theme event in summer, pulling this deck out. I actually really love this deck. When it came out, I felt like she was almost talking to me. If you have this deck, you know she's made it to the beings that are represented in this deck are magical messengers. Quirky, haunting, shadowy, sweet. These tell it like it is. Magical messengers of shadow light will deliver authentic, clear, and straightforward guidance. And she says, like, this is like for those misfits and quirky people, those weird little people who are trying to find themselves or accept that they are kind of quirky and weird. That's pretty much me. I'm quirky. A little weird. I accepted it quite a long time ago, but when it came to figuring out how to work with others, this deck really spoke to me. And I just love the mix of steampunk, I love the Fairy of the Green World. She is so dark, yet so earthy and green, and I love it. That's so appealing. So this is a really awesome one. It's got a really cool mixture of different cultures in it, like the Asians, ghosts, the Celtic stuff, the Ren to Victorian times to Renaissance mix. I mean, there's such an awesome, the steampunk stuff, the fantasy bats or dragon wings and ghosts and everything in between, witches. It totally appeals to everything I love. Fairies. I'm not so big on angels, but the angels in this deck don't make me want to go, ugh. I like Strange Valentine. All right, that was enough of that. Really do love this Oracle. This is perfect. This is like the first deck I had before. This is like the one I started bringing out for Halloween events before I got the Halloween Oracle, which is coming up. But let me finish with Lucy Cavendish. Then my newer one that I'm feeling, I had no urge to pull this out during the summer, really. No urge. And I was kind of surprised because I really wanted to get down and studying this a bit more. But I really love this deck since I got it because it is about fairy tales. The Fairy Tale Oracle. I love Grimm's and all those oracles. They had such wisdom built into them. I love, again, the kind of dark and light mix. These are not the nice fairy stories you hear from Disney. And the Light Princess, that is a really interesting one. I want to get some of these in original writings or closer to the classic style of these stories and really go through them. But I really feel drawn, there's like, these stories are like really trials and things and stuff you go through, and then how they worked out and went through them and got to the other side, or didn't, depending on the story. The Sea Maiden. And the one thing I like about her mermaids is that somehow they are always covered up and they aren't overly voluptuous, but they still are very feminine. Goldilocks. I really like this. I love the color board. I told you what I liked about this deck, but this one to me is a fall deck. Okay. Oops, I need to plug in some power. Just give me a moment. I have a cord right here. There we go. Okay, that should be doing better. There we go. All right, so this Fairy Tale Oracle, definitely fall. We'll see how far I use it into the fall, but from the darkly cool fairy tale stories of yesteryear and the wisdom built into them, to the awesome artwork of Jasmine Beckett Griffith in the shadowy suite and all that kind of stuff. Really awesome, I feel, for fall. Okay, so that's the end of my Lucy Cavendish Jasmine Beckett Griffith stuff. All right, so that moves us into, okay, so when it comes to Lenormand, my darkest deck for the season is the Witchery Oracle. I picked it up last spring, and I did like it then, but then I found myself not wanting to use it quite as much during the summer. Don't really know why. I mean, we had a lot of stuff going on, but I'm really feeling the dark tones. Oh, the lady. It's so dark. I'm like, okay, come on, focus in. She's literally in like a black dress yeah. There's a lot to like about in this. Oops, it's upside down. Let me fix that. Okay. So this is Witchery Oracle. There is a lot of read-in symbolism. It's photography mixed with some collage aspects. And yeah, this whole thing from its back to the front pictures screams fall and witchery to me. So yes, this is a fall dark. I'm probably going to use it all winter as well. I really love my Celtic Lenormand, so I probably won't stop using that, but I don't feel like it's a seasonal bent thing. This one, though, I feel with its darker tones and stuff, witchy accents and things, I feel a little bit more drawn to right now. All right, way too many thoughts. Just fling through that one. And it is, the backs are just so fall with the branches and the dark gray skies. It's awesome. Witchery Oracle. This you can't get through stores or anything. You have to go online. The website is thewitchery.ca. It's a Canadian lady, and on the West Coast there is a booth that I've now seen at both the Tarot Symposium, which is where I got this, and I saw her at Fairy Worlds, so that's how I got this. But I have been in contact. I have a video on that. She has her own little website, so I would go check it out if you're really interested in this. Although I do know that stores can order the deck. At least I believe they can. As a matter of fact, my friend Lee was looking into that. All right, so this one is kept in a cool little cattish themed bag, which to me, again, with this, it looks like bark. Okay, or whatever. It reminds me of certain kinds of bark and stuff. This is the Madame Indora's fortune cards. And again, this is one I usually only pull out closer to, in the fall, basically, and darker time. I even pull this out a little bit more in October. The wind is a change. It's a really cool, fast-paced deck. I really feel like I can fling it out really quick when I work with it. It's very unique, and it's bold and dark and like really cool. I love the Medusa card. Come on, focus. I got too much glare going on here, I guess. Well, anyways, it's a gorgeous deck. There we go. Got some. It's a totally different system. Some people say it reads a slash between Kipper and Lenormand, or Lenormand and Oracle. Yeah, it's really gorgeous. The cardstock's kind of interesting. It's a little flexy, which I like. It's fairly good size for my hands anyways, even though it's a bit large. Because I'm so used to working with Oracle decks that are kind of odd shapes and different textures. So this is definitely a dark time of the year deck. I usually don't pull it past the spring equinox unless I get a themed event that has darker tones. All right, and this one is another one I usually get pulled to work with after around fall. The Vintage Wisdom Oracle. And you've probably seen it around. It's a very feminine deck, but it's done with like older artwork, postcards. It has a vintage look. It's also kind of collaged a little, but it's done in a way that's very appealing. And surprisingly, even though it's very feminine, I have had some men pick and choose to be read with this deck. So, yeah, gorgeous. I love the multicolor. They're in these darker shades, but I love these multicolor borders. I don't even feel any urge to edge this thing. I'm not even sure what color I would edge it with. I'd have to get like a gray pen of some sort that could kind of mesh well with the underlying swirls, maybe? I don't know. I think I'm going to leave this one alone. It's pretty lovely just the way it is. So yeah, the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Yeah, I usually feel more pulled to... It also depends on the type of person I'm reading for. Again, like any of my others, if I feel pulled towards working with a deck, even though it isn't usually the time of year I feel pulled towards it, if it's like very themed, then I'll just pull it, of course. All right, so the Halloween Oracle. Yes, this is my only Stacey DeMarco deck. I wasn't really pulled towards her gods or goddesses deck. Although I think she has a couple other oracles out right now that I'm kind of thinking about. I can't remember their titles correctly, so I'm not going to talk about them. But if you have this deck, it is gorgeous. I love that she mixed in both classic symbolism and more modern symbolism like the werewolf, different cultures like Los Muertos and the Day of the Dead kind of symbolism stuff, vampires, so classic fantasy, dark time of the year, falling leaves, winter. So I really feel pulled to work with this deck even through December and parts of January. And then I used to have, I don't know if I'll have that. I didn't this summer. Again, too new to the community. I'm still checking and seeing what's going on. I had Halloween in July event that I pulled this out for that fit perfectly. So yeah, theme deck. So if I get a theme and they want something similar to this, then I pull it. But again, this is such a great reading deck that I'd pull it if I really felt it would be if it would mesh well with the questions at hand and the person I'm working for. So that, my dears, is my decks for this season. And when I get my new deck tomorrow, which I will probably do a first impressions and everything, that will probably be added into my rotation for the fall because it will be my newest deck. I did get the Fairy Tale Oracle and I'm still flirting with that one, but I feel like the energy of that one is pretty even for different seasons. It doesn't feel specifically fall for me. So yeah. And I think I'll end it there. Feel free to comment. Tell me what you like. If you have more questions about the Witchery Oracle, if you're interested. Again, I'm just a collector and lover of oracles. So yeah, this isn't me saying go buy, but if you really are drawn to it, please go look at my other video. I did a thorough walkthrough in comparison to a normal or traditional Lenormand theme symbols compared to what's in this one and the other Oracle review and walkthrough. And the rest, there are many videos on, but if there's any that I showed that I don't have a video on, I'd be happy to do a vlog, walkthrough, or whatever. And yeah, I hope your autumn equinox is awesome, because mine's going to be when I get my new deck. And yeah, make sure you do your clearings, any major clearing out of energy that you want to do. All those things to help you prep and be ready for winter. This is the time period through the last week of September and through this equinox is a really awesome time to do your house cleansing on a spiritual level, so that you have reset your energy for the fall and all the things you have to take care of. So thank you for watching. Tell me if you like it or not, and yeah, let me read your thoughts. Okay, bye-bye, everybody. Yeah, I'll let it go at that. I'm running out of steam.